Even so, Porsche returns to its core philosophy: to build fast cars and, for motorsports, successful models. This is also shown by the in-house racing track. People who collect their car straight from the plant can race it on the 3.7-kilometre round course. Even drivers that can't afford a Porsche can enjoy the track for an entrance fee of €95. This track replicates sections from a selection of the most famous and iconic racetracks like Laguna Seca, Suzuka and Nürburgring. The truck trailers are all ready at the montage halls with the drive components for the Panamera and the Cayenne. Storage costs are saved here too. The trailer is loaded in order of assembly needs, so the production chain of the manufactured car bodies is not broken. It's all about timing. The parts are directly brought from the trailer to the assembly line. The system works. Porsche decreased the storage times down to a minimum, so annually several millions are saved. The motors come directly from Zuffenhausen. Only 15% of the components used on the Panamera comes from Porsche. For the Cayenne, it's 10%, and for the 911, it's 20%. The rest comes from component suppliers. However, the parts are all co-developed by Porsche. At the end of the assembly line, the engine is fitted.
An dieser Stelle finden Motor und Fahrwerk zusammen.
At this point, the motor and chassis meet. We're not talking a wedding. You can call it an engagement. The engine and gearbox both come from a different assembly plant. There they get the gear units or parts for the exhaust system.
Oder auch erste Teile von der Abgasanlage.
This yellow device is a driverless transport system where there are the front suspensions, rear suspensions and exhaust systems. Depending on the order, all different types of engines and suspension types can be found here, either the Cayenne or Panamera, whatever the client has ordered.
Finden wir hier bereits alle Motorvarianten und alle Achsvarianten entsprechend Cayenne oder Panamera, so wie es der Kunde bestellt hat. Nach der Verlobung, das heißt der Vereinigung von Fahrwerk und Motor.
After the engagement, the wedding follows, a union between the chassis and engine. At Porsche, we have 2 stations designated to this. On this automated transport system, we can see how the engine is connected to the body.
Zeitgleich kommt die Karosserie und beides wird hier verbunden.
Like a real wedding, the timing is essential. Both bride and groom arrive here on time. It doesn't matter if it's a Cayenne with a diesel motor or a Panamera with a V8. Everything comes from the same assembly line, without any waiting time.
On a second station, both units are screwed together. This happens here with electronically monitored torque and angular screwdrivers to guarantee a secured process.
All in all, 22 screws are pulled tight. After this, a robot device assembles the tires. This facilitates an easier montage of the 35-kilo tires. It's time. All systems are checked. Electronics, lighting, and finally, the engine awakens. For the first time ever, the Porsche Panamera moves towards the final assembly point.
Selbstverständlich unterziehen wir bei Porsche jedes Fahrzeug.
Of course, every car here at Porsche has to go through quality control after production. In addition to this, we do random checks and examine the car under special light conditions. With special lamps and colored lights, we can identify any abnormalities on the surfaces and check for any gaps.
Oberflächenunregelmäßigkeiten zu erkennen oder auch zum Beispiel Spaltmaße zu prüfen.
About 100 Panamera leave the production halls in Leipzig every day, for an average price of over €130,000 each.
Driving a Porsche is everybody's dream. It's mine, at least. I love to drive a Porsche.
Even though for most people it will remain an unreachable dream, if Porsche produced today as it did 20 years ago, the cars would be double the price. Thanks to the modern and slim production, buying a Porsche is much easier. AMG, 3 letters which have inspired car fans around the world for years. It's the abbreviation for a company which produces cars to the highest standard. They stand for emotion and power, and cars which are one of a kind. The company is 100% owned by parent Mercedes and one of the number of companies owned by the large Stuttgart car makers. It's run as the performance division of Mercedes. It develops and builds cars which are in demand both on the streets and on the track. That's how the firm from the town of Autobahn in Swabia earned such a positive image and a high degree of recognition. Precious automotive gems have been built in the AMG factory since the 70s, cars like none other. One example is the SLS AMG. Its developers were given free rein in terms of creativity and technology. A dream come true for all concerned. Nevertheless, all work and processes have to meet high-quality standards. Craftsmen like perfection. It's a must. Every customer is king at AMG. His or her wishes are granted with no ifs and buts. AMG not only has a great deal of experience in vehicle customization and fulfilling unusual customer wishes. They see it as one of the main tasks for their engineers and technicians. Most customers want something special. They want a car that one doesn't see every day. That's why exclusivity in each of AMG's high-performance cars is one of the central pillars of the company's image. And with the SLS AMG, the Altebach company has made yet another masterpiece. As its first completely independently developed vehicle, this super sports car is a highlight in the company's history for the past 40 years. The gull-wing doors inspire with the purity of design, a consistently lightweight construction and superior driving dynamics, and it's caused a sensation within the elite sports car sector. And it also fascinates with its unique set of technologies: aluminium space frame body with gull-wing doors, an AMG 6.3-litre V8 with 571 horsepower of high performance, 650 Newton-meters of torque, 7-speed dual-clutch transmission, sport chassis and a curb weight of 1,620 kilos. To be able to build this type of car not only needs a great team, but also years of experience. AMG has achieved this through experience through decades of work. There is no conveyor belt in the super clean motor production facility. All motors are built on the principle of one man, one engine. One man assembles the entire motor. He accompanies the engine from the first bolt to the last. A worker has 6 hours to assemble roughly 520 parts. There is little stress or hurry, but there is a no mistakes attitude. The generally affluent future owners have the car wishes fulfilled in the performance studio. Every car is one of a kind and is tailor-made to the customer's desires. No wish is left unfulfilled, and these wishes are often rather extreme. It's not only leather sport bucket seats or special instrument panels, but very extravagant customizations, such as pink exterior paint matching the wife's wardrobe, gold-plated trim in the interior, or a two-tone paint job for a Mercedes a la AMG. Realizing these customizations is in fact AMG's core business. And it's completely by highly skilled specialists. Every customer gets his or her totally personalized dream car. In the beginning, there was just an idea. In the end, there's a new Mercedes AMG. In between, there's a lot of creative interaction between development, design, quality control, production, and marketing. The creation story of a new AMG model simultaneously combines two things: creative discourse and strict management. The development process lasts around 3 years, from the beginning right to the presentation of a new model. During this time, all concerned work towards a single goal: putting a dynamic, captivating and pleasurable new car on the road. After the first sketches and computer-aided design, a highly detailed, comprehensive carrier is built. This is then tested and measured to ensure that it conforms to all specifications. The SLS also takes a new approach when it comes to the body. For the first time, Mercedes-Benz and AMG present a car with a body and chassis made completely from aluminium. Since 2005, the famous company with the 4 rings have had their prestigious building situated here in Neckarsulm. The 18-metre-high building consists of 3 floors and offers customers a chance to look into the history of this famous car manufacturer and find out more about new models. On top of all this, there's even an area where customers can pick up their new cars themselves. Since its opening, this prestigious building has had over 1 million visitors through its door. At some point in May 2007, the building became home to a new attraction for visitors. 2 years earlier, Audi decided to use the factory in Neckarsulm to build a supercar. This Audi R8 has been designed to show Audi's competency when it comes to building lightweight bodywork. It should be a genuine competitor against the already established supercars of today. Audi has already managed to sell 16,000 of their sports cars worldwide. In 2010, they decided they would add a new model to their repertoire: an Audi R8 GT, a special build limited to only 333 cars. It has better performance, weighs less, and comes in at a price of €193,000. This new supercar will be getting built in Audi's factory in Neckarsulm. The Audi R8 GT goes through 18 different build stages before it's complete. All in all, only 230 of the 15,000 employees at Neckarsulm are engaged with the build of this supercar. The majority of the work on this car is done by hand.
Wir stehen hier im Karosseriebau.
This is the chassis assembly point. For me, this is the heart of the R8 production line. The chassis of the R8 is produced using specialized processes specific to aluminium. It's made out of 3 components, which are put together. In the following process, it's decided whether or not the car will become a coupe or a roadster.
The front, middle and rear of the car are all welded together in separate stages. Each employee is responsible for establishing between 70 and 80 welding joints. Audi has a lot of experience manufacturing with this lightweight material. In total, they have built 600,000 cars with this material. Audi have at least over 100 patents registered to do with the topic of lightweight construction and processing. The handling of aluminium really does require the highest amount of accuracy.